Welcome to another edition of the Magnetic Motivational Moment. My name is Brenton Lopez and I am the Magnet Man. Okay, and so for the past 3 weeks we've been learning what it takes to begin to develop a better me and a better you. In week 1 we learned that your mind is a magnet and that whatever you think about is what you attract. The people, the places, the money are all simply a direct reflection of our thoughts. And that before anything can take shape in the physical form, it must first take place in the mind. Your mind, friends, is a magnet. In week 2, we learned that you truly have something special on the inside of you, and that it is up to you to begin to bring that specialness on the outside for the world to see. In week number 3, we learned that in order to begin to have a magnetic life, you must begin to find and or realize your true purpose. And then begin to use that purpose to transform the world. And now we come to week number 4. Ah, yes. I love week number 4 because this week I want to share with you a story from one of my favorite books called Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And in this book is a story entitled Acers of Diamonds by Russell H. Conwell. And this story is simply about an African farmer who heard stories of tales of other farmers who had searched for and discovered diamonds. Well, he too wanted to be rich. So he sold his farm and he went in search for the gleaming gems. The guy, the farmer, he bought land over here. He bought land over there. He bought land everywhere. But for some strange reason, he could never seem to find these gleaming gems. After he went about on his quest and he was financially, mentally, spiritually, and physically drained, he threw himself into a river similar to this one, and he drowned. Now, what is most interesting about this story is simply that the farmer who he had sold his land to was actually walking along the property one day, and he saw a stream out the back. He bent down and he saw these red and blue lights flashing from the stream. It was a crystal similar to this one, similar to the ones that we see on the ground here. And he took the crystal, he said, wow, this is a nice shiny rock. He took the crystal and he placed the crystal above the mantle on his fireplace. Shortly thereafter, someone came to visit him. And they asked the farmer, they said, wow, this is a beautiful stone that's sitting on top of your fireplace. He said, do you know what this is? He said, no, man, that's just some crystals I found out back in the yard. And the stream is full of them there in the backyard. He said, do you know what this is? He told the farmer, he said, this is one of the largest diamonds I've ever seen before. He went out back and he discovered that the land was virtually covered with diamonds. The same thing, the very same thing that the farmer was looking for was right in his midst. But because he didn't take the time out to study diamonds in their rough state and study his surroundings, he lost out on great wealth, fame, and fortune. The same thing that the farmer was in search for was right in his midst. But he chose to search elsewhere. How many of us are standing in the midst of our own acres of diamonds, but we choose to search elsewhere because we think the pasture is greener, or many of us oftentimes say the grass is greener on the other side. it's greener on that side, or it's greener on this side. But the same thing, we say that the farm, the land, the grass is greener on the other side. But in actuality, the grass is not actually greener on the other side. Could it be that the person on the other side of the lawn could simply just be taking better care of their grass? Maybe they're watering the grass a little bit more, giving the grass a little bit more love, affection, and a tender care. The thing that it needs to be greener, as you think, is on the other side. But if we took the same time to water our own grass, give it the love, the nurturing, the care, the respect, and the love it deserves, we too can have our own acres of diamonds. Here's your assignment for this week. Study your surroundings. Ask yourself the question, am I standing in the midst of my own acres of diamonds? What am I neglecting? What resources, what opportunities are standing or staring me right in my face? But I'm looking elsewhere, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. At this very moment, I believe so very strongly that you are standing in your own acres of diamonds. But you must begin to look at and study and understand your resources. And you too can have your own acres of diamonds. My name is Brenton Lopez. I'm the Magnet Man. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Hello, listen, if you enjoyed watching this video and the ones in the past, I encourage you to like, subscribe, and share. Pass it on to someone else. Thanks a lot.